Hey, what's up, Mutant Metal Maniacs? This is another video of comic flips. We're going to show off my CGC collection that I actually have in a storage bin. So let me show it off, what I got. This is a signed Stan Lee book. It wasn't, it comes with a little, like, mark sticker from the Stan Lee Authentic, but it doesn't count for CGC unless you pay him right there. And this was at the last day of New York Comic Con. No, this is the last time he was at New York Comic Con. The Saturday, I spent, like, a good 3 hours waiting to get in, 3 hours waiting on his line, and then the rest of the day, like, kind of stressing out how, like, if that sticker's going to work or not. And it comes with a little certificate from the Stanley authorization, but it doesn't, even though it's the guys from CGC there, unless you just run over and hand it to them, you don't get it, like, graded for the gold. But I'll live with it. I have a great story of meeting them, so I liked it. I just kind of was, like, weirded out by how many people were paying $100 to get shoes signed by him. All right, here's a signed book from CBCS of Sandman, number 59. It's not an amazing story or something insane. It's just signed by him. I got it at a comic shop, Royal Collectibles. It came in, and I was like, I gotta have it. Next up is a holy grail of mine. I traded a lot of stuff to get this. 7.5 Amazing Spider-Man number 50. First appearance of Wilson Fisk. It says Johnny Carson and Ed McMahon cameo, which I find hilarious. And I traded a lot of figures to get this one and one other book. And it's this book right here. First appearance of Punisher 7.0. It's awesome. This was like a holy grail of mine that I could never get my hands on. Even as a kid, I could never find it in Queens. Nobody ever had it for sale. I'm very happy to have it. You know, there's some things you aim for, but aim for stuff you don't have or you never had and you want to get it one day, so it's cool. Here's another one of my collections. This one I bought raw and then had it slabbed. Was the first Venom. I never owned this before growing up because I never had the money for it. And I never seen it in comic shops for a good price. You got to remember I started collecting comics like 1989. I was 5, but I only had $5 to spend on comic books back then. I wasn't until I was like 14, 15 and I started working like odd jobs to pay for books. But this was cool. I bought it off for Royals Wall and I sent it in to get graded. Let's see what else we got here. All right, here. This is another one of my favorites. First appearance of Hellboy. I have on my left arm a half-sleeve tattoo of all the Hellboy characters. That's how much I love this character. And the first time I even heard of it, I went into St. Mark's Comics. And Mike McNulty, and this was like 1997. He was signing comic books and nobody was there. Nobody knew who he was. So I felt bad and I bought a book. And I was like, let me just do it. And I've been hooked ever since. So this is a great comic. And I remember when he had a New York Comic Con, he made another, like after like 20 years, he did another big signing. The line was like around the block. Let's see what we else got. Sorry. This is like my favorite teenage heroes. The first appearance of the Teen Titans. Like this one's pretty good. I bought it graded. Like, I didn't get it sent out or nothing like that. I just wanted it, so I got it for a decent price. I'm a big Titans fan. Here's another one. This is one of my favorite characters. First appearance of Ghost Rider. Johnny Blaze. I didn't know who wrote this before until I realized it's Roy Thomas, so I guess it's like the GOAT for all this stuff. Like, he wrote all these best comics. I want to get a better grade, but I'll live. I'm not one of those people who, like, placeholders. I just have it. I'm good enough for now. Let's see what else we got. Oh, this one was a good pickup because I got this before the movie. First appearance of Cable. The first printing, because this is before they started like being like, oh, let's print a lot of books. They would do a second printing. So this is the first printing is with this reddish orange in the background. The second printing is gold. This is a pretty good grade. I got it and I put it on display at my last place with a bust of Cable, where it's what they call a painter's proof statue, which I love, and it goes great with this. So, let's see what's up on the pile. This one I love. I got this one in Soviet Brooklyn, which we call like Brighton Beach, Sheepshead Bay area. I actually was at somebody else's funeral, and I on the way home Which it sounds messed up to say this. I stopped by this comic shop called Pinocchio right under the train. I think it's the F train. I was driving, so I went in there. The old lady, I haven't been there in years, and she knows everything about comics. They've been open since the early 90s, maybe late 80s, since they came here from, like, I think Ukraine. Sweet lady. She knows all her stuff. I was, like, asking about, like, oh, I'm looking for, like, some showcase books because I really wanted the first Hawk and Dove. And she was like, yeah, it's right here in the front. And boom, like that, $70? No, she charged me 60. And then I got it graded, and this is a keeper for me for life. All these books are, but just like, sometimes you got to reiterate that. This one was like a nice, weird pickup. The first appearance of the Question in Blue Beetle #1. He later on went on to be Rorschach. I'm messing that up, but the Question is like one of the best characters from Justice League Unlimited. It's a pretty good grade. I got this at Royal Collectibles. Somebody came in with some Charlton books, and they sent it out, and boom. Who is the Question? See what's next. Here, this is another good one to pick up. I love it. It's Archie Goodwin's Luke Cage Hero for Hire, First Prince of Luke Cage, and also Diamondback, which I like I like Copperhead in the TV show because the actor is phenomenal. I also like the guy who played Diamondback, but I was hoping to be more Serpent Society and less like Hitmen. I don't know how to describe it. Like I didn't like it. It was just all like weird mobsters, when they could have been something more twisted and weird. But hopefully they do better in the next show. I like the guy who played Luke Cage. Here's another one. This is an old, you can tell this is an old graded book. Nova #1, first appearance of Nova Richard Rider. I guess he's going to be in one of the next movies. A Marv Wolfman book. With John Buscema and Joe Sinnott cover and art. I'm not big on like knowing all the artists. I should. But this was a cool book to get. I was happy to grab it. Royal Collectibles, of course, and I grabbed this one at the same time. I think I got them for the same, like in the same lot. They were already graded. The first, Carol Danvers as Miss Marvel, who I find is a great character. I really like the movie character. I didn't watch the film, which I feel bad since we're in quarantine. I should watch it. But yeah, I'm gonna watch it this week. I guarantee it's gonna be great because I loved her in Avengers Endgame. It was great. It was great. Like people got to stop stressing comic books like that. Here's the DC stuff. This is going to be an HBO Max series from what I heard, but I grabbed this before I heard it, so I guess I got it for cheap. I got the first Deadman, Boston Brand, Strange Adventures 205, 6.0. Not a great grade, but it's still a great book. Here's another one that I like, the first appearance of Killer Croc and also Jason Todd. And it comes with an insert from Atari, which I didn't know, with Batman 357. I just wanted this because I had this years ago as a kid and I sold it because it was the first Jason Todd. But it's not the first time as Robin, which is kind of annoying. Like, it's like you're trying to be like specific and it's really annoying. All right, here's some other books that, let me do this one. I grabbed this one actually because I like the character of Black Mask in War Games, and I liked him in what is it like? I want to say like Birds of Prey by Gail Simone, but the movie version I heard wasn't that great, so I haven't seen the movie yet. So this is the first Black Mask, Batman 386. This one is actually the first of Earth 2 Huntress. I was kind of grabbing all these books whenever I saw them because they were like, I think this was $40, so I thought it was a good price, so I grabbed it. All right. This one is another Holy Grail I bought from a kid's collection. It was ungraded. I had the cover pressed, and I got an 8.0. But it's a good pickup, and I got it with the Lobo set, and I got a few other books, but they weren't graded. I just like them have them. Like that Jim Steranko's signed book #4. That cover's dirty, so like I'm not gonna do nothing with it. But I'm happy to have a story that I met Jim Steranko. Yeah, I'm tired. And here's last but not least. This one is more of a personal issue that I had to have. I am from New York City, so this one is a great book. Everybody told me I could have got a better grade. I just grabbed it and I liked it. I think it should have came back as a better grade, but whatever. It's the World Trade Center story. I was 2001. I was 17. I was a month before I turned 17 years old when the towers went down. If you're from Brooklyn, Queens, New York, Bronx, South Jersey, North Jersey, doesn't matter. This like affected you a lot. You knew somebody who lost their life in this. And it's really good to have like this issue and just hold on to it. All right, so that's it for us on this episode. I'm going to put back all these books slowly and figure out where everybody goes. As always, I'm Billy Bombs with the Mutant Metal Maniacs flip books. These are my CGC books that I have in storage. I'm going to wrap them all up and then seal them again with a plastic bag over for safety because I'm from New York. I guess everybody does that. We're weird. But anyway, thanks for checking it out. See you next time. Subscribe and check out our other channel, Mutant Metal Maniacs, because this is the Billy Bombs channel. And thank you.